Yeah, the assessment process has actually improved. It used to be like 8 months or sometime over 8 months, but now it is between 4 to 6 months because carer has to wait little less. And most of the time, once the initial assessment is done by the social worker, the same social worker continue with the assessment process, which gives consistency to the foster carers, which is in my experience. I remember, whenever there was a change in social worker, they used to get really upset. So the children also feel more confident, and you develop good relationship with them. So if you want the best outcome, I think the consistency of the social workers and supervising social worker helps the children. It helps the whole process. The whole process of placement with the children, with the carer, with the social worker, and supervising social worker. So I think the consistency is the best thing. That's the not the reality of life. Is people leave and new people take over. I think it's just the consistency and the approach, and the commitment. End of the day, all of us, our main interest is the children and the best outcome. So whether you are a social worker or a supervising social worker makes no difference. Your aim should be the best outcome for the child. Because my background was from the disabilities team, so I have always worked directly with children. So that actually helped me to work with children. So if there are any difficulties or any problem, I won't wait. If the things which I can be helped, I will just straight away help them. Foster carers training has improved a lot. There's more variety of training has been put in place to help the carer to understand whatever changes are taking place. There's a lot of changes in Children's Act, a lot of changes in placement, and you have to always meet the government criteria and protocols. So the training has been always working alongside whatever has been expected by the government as well. The team is fantastic. One of the best team I can think of. I know you think that I'm just saying it, but there is a lot of support within the team, and the team is brilliant. Whatever happens, ups and downs, but people are always there to help. You can really rely on if you have. In emergencies, if you need somebody, you can ask them to, can you ring the carer? Can you say something on behalf of me? And people do attend reviews, they attend meetings on behalf of somebody. So excellent support. There is a carer who has been matched with the long term, and that particular young person just turned 18 in March or April, and she's still with the carer because she didn't want to go into her own accommodation, and because she's doing her A-levels. And I said to her, it is best if you continue and don't because when you have your own house, you have a lot of responsibilities. And actually she took it quite seriously, what we say to them, myself and the social worker. And she's really very happy with the carer, and so she's still continuing with the same carer. And she's doing her A-level. We will get the results soon. I said to her that please let me know, because I always send them card and just to cheer them up. It becomes I always see them as if I have to place my own children. Would I do this? And if you ask that question, you will never go wrong in doing anything for children. And that's how I treat all my children. Because you want it always best for your child. And if that answer is yes, just go ahead. The social worker, you don't want to remove children from the family anyway. If there is anybody, that's the first thing we have to do, to explore the family first before the child goes into the placement or going for adoption or a long term. You have to exhaust all the possibility that there is nobody in the family who can look after the child. If there is anyone, like I have done assessment where I have placed the young person in India, because there was an uncle who maternal uncle was willing to look after him. So I did the assessment, came back, took the case to the court, And in 2013, the child went back to India, and he is settled within the family. So I was involved in that particular case from the beginning. So it was, that's the specific reason they asked me to do the assessment. It was culturally suitable as well, because I speak the languages from the same sort of area, same language, same religion. And I was the only one who knows the child from the day when he was placed with my carer. If you wanted the best outcome for children, that's the way to do it. First thing, you explore the family, and try your level best wherever the family is, and you just do that. And then if there is no option, and because time is always ticking, so you explore the adoption or long-term placement. Depends on the age of the child. If you wanted a good outcome for the children, I think that's the best way to do it. I really enjoyed my work. I really enjoyed my work. Really enjoyed the work, and the team and the manager support, and it was excellent. So as a social worker, yes, I have done a lot of training myself. I have done child care award, I have done practice teaching, and social pedagogue, which is quite a new thing, which has been quite into practice now. Because you have to keep up with the regulation yourself as well, and training does help. It does help, actually. The training does. I'm a quite academic person myself, so I do believe in ongoing training and keeping yourself up to date with whatever is happening. It's just the commitment. And if you are committed, whatever you do, and as I said before, it's a consistency and commitment, training all the time. And to have a stable family does help as well. I've got only one daughter. She never felt that my mom is not looking after me. And she was fully aware that there are other children who need more than my mom. When I was working in disabilities team, I used to go home quite late. Sometimes if you are going for placement after the duty, and if you have to place the child, you go home maybe 9 o'clock, half 9. So she knew that mom is out helping other children. And I have got a very good understanding husband as well. That actually helps. Whenever you have a stressful job, if you have an understanding family, it does help. It is a demanding work, yeah, it is. And you have to learn to have some other activities to switch off from work. Because it's a very demanding, very stressful, and you are looking at children who are really, really needed help, neglected, whatever reason. So you need to have your own thing balance, and the best way to balance is to have, extracurricular activities. I do yoga as well very regularly. Yeah, all these things, yoga, meditation, helps you to keep your mind at peace. I do miss my colleagues. I do, and a bit of a work stimulation. It does stimulate you, like always, But at the same time, I think I have done quite well with my work, so I'm quite contented. And I want to do something else as well. Social work in a different capacity. I have already put in application for voluntary work, and I already do one voluntary work at the temple, garland and flower arrangement. And then I always wanted to have a proper swimming. Want to learn proper swimming, which I have already started. And I do cycling and walking every day. And yoga now I do it every day. Like before, I used to do once or twice a week, but now I do it regularly. Children needs you, and just be there for the children. That's what the message I wanted to give to them. The children need it, really, 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 and just be there for them. And we need a variety of foster carers, not one particular culture. We need a variety, because Brent is a very multicultural girl, and we need carers from all the communities. And please help the children. They need you, and just give them best support and help.